Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats are taking on county rival Forest Park Rangers. The Jasper Wildcats with a 7-5 record against Forest Park, who stands at 4-9. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And it's homecoming. That's why we see a really big crowd tonight. And, of course, you know, playing Forest Park, they're always going to bring a big crowd as well. So we are celebrating the homecoming candidates. They included seniors Emma Brookser, Alex Harden, Madison Heim, Noah Shue, and also Brianna Williams and Stephen Hof, along with the junior, sophomore, and freshman court. But the queen was Madison Heim, and the king was Noah Shue. So congratulations to those two seniors, named basketball queen and king for 2023. And, of course, we're taking on a Forest Park team, Jason. They started off with a 2-3 record, and since they've lost 8 of their next 10 games, their wins have come against Crawford County, Tell City, Mount Vernon, Perry Central. Last weekend, they actually lost 2 games, one to South Spencer and also North Posey. They're 2-3 in the Pocket Athletic Conference, but the thing is with this Forest Park team, they can score some points when they need to. In 2 of their wins, they scored 71 and 70 points against Mount Vernon and also Tell City. So it's just one of those situations where that defense that the Wildcats have been playing so well in this 3-game winning streak is going to have to continue tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Craig. You know, obviously the last couple games, the Southridge game and then again last week against Washington, you know, we've picked it up a notch on the defensive end, held both of those teams into the 20s,
right,
you know, in scoring. That's an outstanding job. So tonight we need to make sure that we continue to play that defense. You know, one of the things talking to Coach Albrand before the game was, you know, they've been stressing to these guys, you know, you got to throw out that record.
Right.
4-9 record. It's a county rival.
Sure.
You know, they're going to play. They're going to be here ready to play tonight. You know, I was looking at some of the games they played. They lost to Pike Central in overtime. Pike Central's got a very good team this year.
Absolutely.
They lost to Lagodi. Mm-hmm. Lagoti's got a very nice team. Lost to North Davies. A lot of teams have lost to them.
Sure.
And then, like you said, South Spencer, North Posey last week. Evansville Memorial beat them. So they've lost to some very good caliber teams.
Absolutely.
So, you know, they'll be ready to play tonight, and we just hope that Jasper's, you know, can maintain that defensive intensity.
Right. And the Wildcats, of course, coming off their last game, 60-23 over Washington. You mentioned holding them to just 20 points. Southridge, we held them to 23. Washington, 23. And in that Washington game, I mean, it was 15-12 after the first quarter, but then we held them to only 11 points for the rest of the game. So, again, this is going to be a raucous crowd. The student section's all fired up, and we are underway as Forest Park has first possession here. So, Reed Howard's number 10. Carter Henson is 12. 22 is Trevor Berg. Jace Berg is 30, and Bryson Partenheimer is number 42 out there on the floor for the Rangers. So they feed down on the baseline there, gets worked back up top. Jace Berg with the basketball being guarded by Cabrick as he tries to fight through a screen there.
Berg's their leading scorer, I think, like almost 17 a game. You know, so I mean, he's probably the one that, you know, and Cabrick's guarding him. Cabrick usually guards the better offensive player for the other team. Right. So we'll see what kind of job he can do on him.
Yeah, it looks like everywhere he goes is where Cabrick's going to be tonight. So there's a stop in the lane by Howard, and he gives it up to Henson. And we've got a turnover. So Forest Park worked a little time off the clock there, 55 seconds, 7:05 on the clock here. And they turn the ball over in their first possession. So the Wildcats on the floor with Carter Moondy, Grant Young, Cabrick's 25, Will Wallace, and Griffin Heil, number 55, as they try to feed it in him, and it gets stolen. So the Rangers coming the other way for a quick break, and a layup does not go there for Henson. Cats coming the other way. We'll see if we stay with this pace. Oh, Griffin Heil wide open down low, and he puts it up and in.
Griffin was open on that previous play, but we just didn't throw the ball high enough to get it over the defender.
Cats with an early 2-0 lead, and this is going to be a foul on the Wildcats. I think Grant's going to be called for this one. So first personal foul on Grant Young, first foul of the ball game. 6:36 on the clock. Jasper 2, Forest Park 0. Inbound comes in. They work it up towards the top, and now over to Howard with the basketball. He'll back up here and try to set up an offensive set. Berg will drive, goes off the glass and puts it up and in.
Yeah, they kind of run a little clear out there and left Berg on the side by himself, go one-on-one with Wallace.
And they try to feed it over into Carter Moondy, and now the ball gets stolen quickly the other way. Moondy knocks the ball loose, and this is actually going to be a foul called on Moondy as he fouled Reed Howard there. Looks like he knocked the ball away from him, and it went off Howard, but they called the personal foul, so 2 fouls on the Wildcats, first one on Moondy. They're calling a shooting foul, actually, too.
Yeah.
All right, so Reed Howard to the line, and he's short on that free throw. Coming into this ball game, who are some of the leading scorers for Forest Park, Jace?
Well, Berg's, I think, at 16.9. Howard's second at like 11.1. And from there, it's kind of a Partenheimer, I think, is at 10. The rest of them are kind of just mixed in there. So those are their big three.
Okay. Well, they feed down low into Wallace. Now he gives it up to Heil. Gets back up top. Now we got Cabrick, and he's going to drive to the lane. He's cut off. Wallace, a lot of bodies inside there, and he's able to get it off the glass and draws the contact for the Wildcats' 4th point.
That was good patience there by Jasper. You know, a couple guys passed up some shots that previously may have taken them. It just seems to me like in the last 3 games and maybe around 3, we have been playing a lot more unselfish basketball, and it shows in the way we've been playing.
Right. We've been seeing better scoring outputs, and that 3-game winning streak twice have hit the 60 mark. There's Partenheimer. He's going to drive, pull up. Griffin Howell blocks that shot, so the Cats going the other way. Moondy feeds it over to Grant Young. A little jump stop. Shot up, doesn't go, and Forest Park comes down with the board, and they're going to come the other way. Little Euro step move right there, doesn't go, so pace is picking up a little bit here, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we just obviously got to make sure we get back on defense in transition.
Moondy.
Oh.
3-point shot doesn't go. He's been struggling a little bit this year, just shooting 30% from beyond the arc. 5 threes our scores. Grant Young makes a steal. He stops, puts the shot up and in. So the Wildcats with a 7-3 lead, 4:51 on the clock here.
Jasper's doing, you know, they're defensive-wise, you know, we're getting after it a little bit, and that's what we needed to do in this game. We just want to make every pass contested, every pass, you know, tough to make. Don't leave anybody open, and we've done a pretty good job of it so far. Previous 2 games, obviously, we did a very good job of it.
All right, so they're pretty well going with a 4-out setup, and they try to feed it into the corner, so a little too tall there for Howard to handle, and it goes out of bounds. So Jasper will substitute a couple players here as Noblet comes in. He led the Wildcats with 14 points against Washington the other night, hitting 3 of 4 from 3-point range. Giesler's into the ball game.
Andrew had a very good shooting night over at Washington. You know, he had his feet set. He didn't hurry it. Just a nice, easy stroke and was able to knock a bunch of them down.
Nathan Berg and Luke Hauser also come off the bench here for the Rangers. Heil, double team down low as he gets it, and he loses or throws the ball away there, so the Rangers come the other way. That's Trevor Berg, now gives it up, and the Cats come up with a steal. So both teams making a lot of plays defensively, and there's a nice foul, but I think they're going to say the ball was in the cylinder is what's he calling there.
It was very close.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you could argue either way. Coach Gable's probably, you know, he's just asking the question. I don't think he's really disputing it. You know, it's good hustle on Giesler's part, but he's got to learn that, you know, when the ball's in that cylinder, you got to leave it alone.
Right. A little too tough on that pass down low, so Jace Berg throws it away. 3:41 on the clock. Jasper 7, Rangers 3.
I've got Forest Park for 5 turnovers already,
yeah,
you know, in the first 5.5 minutes.
Combination of unforced and also some steals. And look, there's another turnover on the Wildcats. So a steal by Howard. He's going to drive, and Cabrick's going to pick up the personal foul here.
Yeah, I got 4 on Jasper, so we've got 9 turnovers already in this game. And, you know, and part of that is that county rival thing. You know,
oh, yeah,
guys try to do too much you know, instead of just letting the game come to them.
Yeah, everybody's amped up for games like this.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. So 3:31 on the clock as the Rangers will inbound here. Howard chucks it in to Berg. Now they work it around. Howard up top. Knobbing on him as he drives. Gets cut off. Three-point shot on the way and right on the money there for number 22, Trevor Berg. He's got 5 points, and it's a 7-6 ball game. Jasper with a 1-point lead. Backdoor play right there for Mundy, up and in. Carter Mundy's first 2 points of the ball game makes it 9-6 with 3:03 on the clock here in the first.
That right there goes to show, you know, the hardest guy in basketball to guard is the guy that moves.
Yeah.
You know, and Mundy was moving, and Giesler did a very good job of seeing him and getting him the ball.
All right, so making some moves over there is Berg, and he gets the ball knocked away. So they're saying it went off a Wildcat. So substitution, Wallace back in. Heil's going to sit. Here comes Grant Young off the bench. So he comes in for the Wildcats. So John Gable, as usual, works that bench throughout the entire ball game. Gable with 298 career wins, looking for 299 tonight, coming close to that 300 mark. We'll see if we can pull it off this weekend with 2 big wins.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do that at home.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Berg hands off. Goes number 20, Schuler's in. I'm sorry, no, it's 30. Take it back. Berg. There's a drive by Howard in the lane. Shot cannot go for him. Cats with a 3-point lead, making their move. Gieser up top, and the shot gets blocked. Nice job there by number 30, Berg. But the Cats hang on the possession. And now they throw it away. Gonna pass along the baseline, hitting Cabrick, so Howard swipes that one. Little slop shot there doesn't go, and so the Cats come down with a rebound. Inside at 2, Cats with a 3-point lead. Cabrick with the jump, or shot fake. Gets it down low, but that gets blocked away. So both teams playing some pretty tough defense here, Jason.
Yeah, they are. You know, between the quality of defense and the turnovers, which a lot of times that good defense will force those turnovers.
Right.
It's been a very let's just say, a not well played first quarter on anybody's part.
Well, if you ask me, I think both teams are trying to play a little too quick, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 9-6 game, so it's not really paying off with points on the board, but
no.
I mean, they're trying to beat each other up and down the court on breaks, and then when they get into their offense, seems like a lot of activity. So, minute 33 as we get some more substitution. Partenheimer's back into the ball game. Mundy's back in for the Wildcats. 3-point lead for the Cats. Howard will drive baseline. Mundy's all over him, gets him cut off, and has to give it up on the wing. Berg, he'll get to the lane. Shot up, and that's a nice block. Actually, take your pick on whether it was Nobbit or Gieser. Both of them making the play.
I think both of them got a piece of that. They both get credit for a block there.
Kind of like in football, if you get 2 guys sack the quarterback, they get a half each. So we'll do that with the block shots.
Yeah, we'll give each one of them a half.
All right, minute 09 on the clock. Jasper 9, Rangers 6. Carter Mundy's going to step to the line to shoot, too, and that foul on Howard. 4 fouls on the Wildcats, 2 on the Rangers here in the first quarter. And Mundy, so slick from the free throw line, shooting 83% on the season. Kind of nice to finally get some stats on the Wildcats.
Yeah.
We are 12 games into the season.
I talked to Coach Noblet up there at the Baseball Coaches Association we were at, and he said that they had trouble with the program they were using.
Right. Yeah.
And they physically had to sit down and watch every game and write the statistics down.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah. Him and one of the Noah Lukemeyer, they sat and watched all the games.
Well, that was a task, I'm sure.
Yeah.
3-point shot is short there for Berg. 3 Bergs on this basketball team, so
we need to be patient here and get a good shot. You know, we're down to 40 seconds here in the quarter. We don't need to rush anything here and get a good shot. We don't have to hold for the last one if we get a good shot.
Yeah.
But if there's not a wide open shot, let's just keep running the offense and see what happens.
Yeah, so we're at the 30-second mark now. Wallace hands off to Mundy. He backs up as Partenheimer is right there. Down to 16 seconds. Henson's on Grant Young. Now you got Moondy. See what kind of move the Wildcats make with 8 seconds. There's a three-pointer right there for Young. It doesn't go. Cats have another opportunity. That's Noblet. And he's long on that three-point shot. So 2 good looks for the Wildcats there, but come up with nothing on that last possession. But they will end the quarter with an 11-6 lead over the Forest Park Rangers here on 18 WJTS. Side out for the Jasper Wildcats to start the second quarter with a 5-point lead. Ball gets knocked away there by Jace Berg. I mentioned 3 Bergs on this basketball team. Trevor Berg's 22, Jace Berg is 30, Nathan Berg is 32. So if you say Berg tonight, Jason, you got a good chance of getting it right.
Getting it right. There's a nice shot by Moondy.
Yeah, Moondy now with 6 points. Leads the Wildcats in scoring with 12 points a ball game, 12.7. 7-point lead for Jasper as Forest Park gets their first possession of the second half here, or second quarter. Partenheimer up top's got an opening, and actually, well, we had bodies on the floor, so not sure about contact or what, but the ball was way short.
That Partenheimer was Griffin Hiles' man. He got kind of caught behind the screen. He just kind of basically run through the screen and knocked the guy over, and luckily they didn't call a foul on it.
Yeah, no kidding. Wallace comes out. Mooney on the left wing. Howard all over him.
Forest Park likes to switch screens outside a lot, and that can be an advantage to us because it can lead to mismatches on the inside if we take advantage of it.
Yeah.
They also like to overplay the passing lane a lot. That's why they've forced turnovers here early.
Well, Wallace was able to work his way through 2 defenders right there and get another bucket up and in. So he's got 5 points for the Wildcats. Cats with a 15-6 lead now. Drive there, kick out, and the ball goes out of bounds, so the Cats will get it back on the turnover.
That's just careless. You know, that one-handed pass, I hate it. I just absolutely hate watching kids do that. And that was a perfect example of it. You know, I mean, he tried to wing at one-handed, and the ball curved and went out of bounds, and the guy catching it had no choice.
Right. Yeah, again, you kind of lose control of the basketball when you're doing that type of play.
Yeah, that's not a good pass. We're fortunate to maintain possession there.
Noblet being guarded closely there by Jace Berg. There's a three-point shot, and Moondy pops that one. So Moondy having a night so far for the Wildcats. He's got 9. Cats now a double-digit lead, 18-6. Partenheimer holds high, then gives it up.
Yeah, stay on your feet, Griff.
And he finds an opening right there at the elbow and pops that jumper. So his first 2 points of the ball game. 10-point lead for Jasper. 5:50 on the clock here in the second quarter.
Does a good job of slowing it down.
Carter Moondy long on that one, and it hits the support, so that will be basketball going to Forest Park. So substitutions coming back in. 34 is Luke Hauser. Number 40, that is Jackson Leakin coming off the bench.
I would have liked to see Jasper take a little bit more time there. The shot, it wasn't a bad shot that Carter got, but we can get that shot about any time.
Right. Reed Hauer hands off. Jace Berg tries to make a move. Now he hands off over there to Leakin. Little switch there, so now you got Noblet. And Howard's able to pop a three-point shot.
We got to get over the top of that screen. When they do that dribble handoff, we got to get over the top of it. We tried to go underneath of it that time, and it left him open for the shot.
So a 12-point lead is now just 7 for the Wildcats, 18-11, 4:57 on the clock here in the second. Nice feed to Noblet. He's the Wildcats' best three-point shooter this season, hitting 41% of them, but that ball gets knocked out of bounds, and Mooney not able to save it there. So 18-11 is our score, 4:47 as Heil comes in. Cabrick comes in. You see Wallace and Mooney sit down. Luke Hauser's going to inbound over here on the side right in front of John Gable. Rangers coached by Drew Messmer, just in his first year here at the school. Look at the aggressiveness right there by Nava going after that basketball. And did she call a jump ball?
I think she did because she couldn't see it. I'm surprised she didn't ask for help out of one of the other officials, but she called it as a jump ball, and which is fine. We'll give the ball back to them, but now we get the next,
possession,
held ball.
Right.
So.
All right, so the Rangers in action here, and now we got another whistle down low.
I think Andrew's going to get that foul for holding. Or I don't know what he.
All right, so the first foul on Noblet, 5th foul on the Wildcats, 2 on the Rangers so far, 4:28 on the clock, 18-11, a 7-point lead for the Wildcats. Feed inside, and there's an easy shot, but he can't get it to go for Hauser. Now we got a whistle, and it looks like Giesler's going to pick up a foul.
Looked like Giesler and Heil got confused inside there on that inbounds play as to who was guarding who.
So Jackson Leakin at the free throw line there. And he's long on that free throw. Rangers are 1 of 3 so far from the line tonight. Carter Mooney back in. Leads the Wildcats with 9 points tonight. Leakin's second foul shot. Cannot go also. Cabrick left alone, thought about it, but decided to drive and misses off the backboard, but High with a big rebound. He muscles his way, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound comes down to the Rangers. Leakin gives it up to Berg. Now gets it back. Hand off to Berg. He's going to take a long 3-point shot, way short.
We've done a good job on him so far tonight. We've mixed up the guys that have been guarding him, like Giesler's on him now. Cabrick was earlier. Being their leading scorer, we're obviously paying a lot of attention to him. See, there's where they're overplaying that. We got to back cut and take advantage of that.
So Reed Howard pops that one. He's got 5 points in the quarter, 6 in the ball game. Now it's a 5-point game. Cats are up 18-6. Now it's 18-13. 7-0 run for the Rangers with 3:26 to go here in the second. Grant Young pushed way out. Now he has to give it up to Giesler. Mundy, now Grant. Heil.
It's just an entry pass to a low post guy from the top of the circle. The angle's just not very good, Get the ball to the guy on the wing, let him make a bounce pass to the baseline.
Yeah, it was just way too easy for Hauser to knock that one away. He actually knocked it away with his left hand, so that really showed that he wasn't open. All right, so Mundy dribble action against Howard there. Grant Young on a curl. Feeds to the wing. Wide open shot for Cabrick. Doesn't go and comes down on the rebound to Hauser. Now here come the Rangers.
Neither team's shooting the ball particularly well.
Chase Berg with a nice drive there, and he's going to finish it with a bucket and a foul. So the Rangers now, their run is 9-0, and he's got a chance to make it 10-0. Jasper, a little drought here. They were up 18-6 and rolling right along, but the Rangers making it a ball game with 2:42 to go here in the first half. So Giesler's got 2 fouls. That's a 7th foul whistled on the Cats. And the foul shot is up and good. So Jace Berg with 3 points now. 2-point ball game. Wallace barrels right into the defender, so Partenheimer draws the contact, and that will be a foul on Will Wallace.
I'm not real sure on that one because to me it looked like they were both moving.
Yeah.
To me it would have been a good no call.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a foul on either one of them.
Well, it was like the IU-Illinois game the other night. A player got called for a flop. First time I've seen that in a college game. Partenheimer hands off to Howard. And He didn't really have anything else to do with it, so he shoots it and he pops it.
That's not a great shot, but it went in.
So it's a 12-0 run now. The 12-point lead for the Wildcats not too long ago has been erased. 18-18 is our score. We got a timeout here on 18 WJTS. Quick timeout there for the Wildcats to kind of get settled in. 12-point lead is down to a tie ball game. Mooney, he was hot early in the quarter with 5 quick points.
I think they're going to call Wallace for a block. Yeah.
So another player control foul, so it's not free throws just yet. The last 2 fouls on the Wildcats haven't sent the Rangers to the line, but it is the 9th foul on the Cats, so the next time it will be double bonus. Howard, now Berg with it. Jace will drive, finds an opening, and he can't get the shot to go. Comes down with the rebound as Noblet. Minute 35 on the clock. Mooney over to Noblet. And that shot gets blocked, so Berg was able to get his hand on it. Now Partenheimer battles for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Jasper will hang on with 1:21 to go.
Giesler was right there. If he could have corralled the rebound, he had an easy putback on it, but he couldn't grab it.
Giesler takes the inbound, gives it up to Wallace. Mooney drives the lane, feeds over to Giesler. A little pump and gets the foul, but can't get the shot to go. So just the 3rd foul whistled on the Rangers here in this first half. First one on Jace Berg, number 30. And Giesler cannot hit the free throw. He has really struggled from the free throw line this year, hitting only 35%.
Yeah, that's not very good.
No. If you shoot 100 free throws, you're going to hit at least 35?
I think I could. Still today.
Let's do it after the game.
All right.
1-point lead for the Cats, 19-18, 1:06 on the clock here in the first half. Berg hands off to the other Berg, Jace. He drives. Naba tightly on him. He can't get the shot to go, and that's going to be a reach on Partenheimer there.
Referees, for the most part, seems like they're letting them play, pretty physical. There was quite a bit of contact on Berg when he was driving in there. There was some down on the Jasper end too.
Yeah.
Like I said, for the most part, it looks like they're, and I think this officiating crew is from Indianapolis, and a lot of times those guys that are from up there tend to let teams play a little more physical.
Oh, yeah. Totally different brand of basketball, I think, what they come across up there.
Right.
So 39 seconds, 1-point lead for the Cats. Noblet guarded closely on the wing there. 27 seconds. Feed down to the post. There's Wallace. A little mismatch there, but he can't get the shot to go, but he will go to the line to shoot too.
You got to be able to finish that. I know he got some contact, but he's a big boy.
Right.
He's strong. He needs to go up strong and be able to have a shot at a three-point play now instead of having to shoot 2 free throws to get 2.
Yeah, and it seemed like once he worked his way through the contact, he had an easy shot for the easy open shot there, but can't get it to go, but he hits the free throw. Wallace shoots 71%. He's 2 for 2 so far. 2-point lead. And Wallace can't get the second.
Oh, Noblet almost came up with a steal there.
So the Rangers, trailing just by 2, have a chance to tie or take the lead here with 12 seconds. Howard will spin Moon in the lane. Shot up, and he pops it. He's had a hot quarter. 7 points for him in the quarter. 11 in the ball game. 1 second. Grant Young can't get it to go at the buzzer. So, Jason, I tell you what, early on in that second quarter, looked like it might be a blowout for the Jasper Wildcats, leading 18-6. But since then, Forest Park has outscored the Wildcats 14-2.
Yeah, You know, we got off to a good start, pretty good start in the first quarter, you know, and to start the second quarter, I think it was, you know, a combination of turnovers, a couple of good shots we didn't hit. You know, and a lot of times on missed shots, it's because they're contested shots because the defense is playing pretty good. I thought Forest Park picked up their defensive intensity there in the second quarter a little bit. So I thought that made, you know, a big difference there when that's kind of how they got back in the game.
Right.
You know, they did that, and then down here, they're not shooting the ball particularly well from the outside, so here late they've been penetrating and getting to the rim.
Yep.
And we got to do a better job of staying on defense, staying between our man and the basket. You know, don't let them have that opportunity to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seemed like Reed Howard, he was able to really kind of attack the lane there and get some good scoring opportunities. So that's why the Rangers are tied up right now with the Wildcats, 20-20 here on 18 WJTS. We're at halftime here at Jasper High School. The Wildcats against the Forest Park Rangers on homecoming. And I was going to go through the homecoming court here for you, Jason Stamm, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you go right ahead with that.
All right, well, let's start with the ball carrier and the ball and crown carriers. You got Lennox Dodd and Gunnar Dahl. Freshman candidates were Ava Biggs, escorted by Noah Smith. Lauren Mundy was escorted by Cale Butel. Sophomores, Harper Wiggin was escorted by Aiden Shoes. Also a sophomore were Lillian Polly and Hunter Eckert. The juniors were Ava Englert with Sam Helming and also Madison Beck, escorted by Thomas Hobbig. And the seniors, again, we mentioned them earlier, but Emma Ruxer was escorted by Alex Harden. Madison Heim was crowned the queen. She is escorted by Noah Shue, who was crowned the king. And senior also were Brianna Williams and Stephen Hope. Crowners were Carly Lamond and Carter Mundy. So got a minute or so to go here in halftime, so we'll go through the scoring real quickly. First for the Rangers, coming on strong in that second quarter was Reed Howard. He actually scored 9 of his 10 points to lead the Rangers. 5 points for Trevor Berg. Jace Berg had 3 and 2 points for Bryson Partenheimer. So 4 of the 5 starters for the Rangers scored. Wildcats were led by Carter Mundy's 9, 6 points for Will Wallace, 2 points for Grant Young. Griffin Howe had a bucket and a free throw for Braden Gieser. So Cats, again, up 18-6 early on in the second quarter. And we got a tie ball game as we get ready to start the second half. So, Jason, from the Wildcats' perspective, what kind of adjustments do you think Coach Gable's going to make here?
Well, I think, you know, one, we got to take care of the basketball, continue playing defense. I mean, we've played good defense. We held the 20 points. We got to do a better job on the offensive end. I think, you know, one of the adjustments, you know, that they may look at doing something different is, you know, we talked about how they overplay the passing lanes. So that was kind of cute there that the official let a little girl from the crowd hand the ball to start the second half. She's
very
embarrassed.
All right, so we are underway here. Wildcats with the first possession. Cabrick with it. He's being guarded by Jace Berg. A little bump there, no call. Carter Mundy with an open baseline jumper. Can't get it to go. Partenheimer comes down with it, and he's looking for Howard. Top, that's Berg. Trevor Berg. Gives it up to Jace. Now it's over to Howard. There's a knock away there for Mundy, so he comes up with a steal. Nice feed over to Cabrick. He has to spin around. Now eventually Young gets his hands on the basketball and is able to put it up and in.
That was a good job by Grant to be able to corral that, because the pass was made like 2 feet away and to be able to catch that. So,
and he put a little mustard on it too. So quick timeout for the Rangers. Jasper leads 22-20 here on 18 WJTS.
I don't understand that timeout.
I know.
I mean, you just give up one basket. Saw something he didn't like, I guess.
This is his first time out he called, so he's got 4.
Yeah.
All right, so this time the official will hand the ball to the Rangers, and Trevor Berg inbounds it to Howard. 2-point lead for the Wildcats, just underway here in the third quarter. Hartenheimer being guarded by Heil there on the wing. Tries to hand off, and Cats can't get the steal, but Howard gets an opening. So again, that's what he likes to do, is slash towards that bucket. That's where he's coming up with most of his points. Cats have got to control that.
And Grant Young did a good job there. He got over the top, actually deflected the ball, but it just kind of went right back to Howard, and he was able to pick it up and score.
So he's got 12 points of their 22. Tie ball game here as Cabrick drives, stops.
Tackled.
Yeah. We don't play him in football, but we're seeing a little action there. All right, so this is going to be the first foul whistled on the Wildcats here in this second half.
To me, it seems like our offense is just a little bit stagnant tonight. It's not as crisp as what it's been the last couple of games. We're penetrating, and a lot of our – there's a nice move by Mundi, but our passes, we're trying to make passes where guys are too close to us, and one guy's guarding two guys.
Right. All right, so Jace Berg feeds it. Corner shot is drilled on the money there by Trevor Berg. So he's got 2 3-pointers in the ball game, 8 points, and the Rangers have the lead, 25-24.
See, we just seem to be standing around. I mean, Grant had the ball there, and all the other 4 guys are just standing. We're not moving. We're not near as crisp on offense.
Mundi with a pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Partenheimer comes down with the board. So the Rangers looking to build on this 1-point lead. And they trailed by 14 at one time in this ball game. And Howard drills a 3. So the Rangers coming out hot here in this second half, and they now lead by 4, 28-24 after the Howard 3.
Yeah, that's right there is what we got to do. I mean, Grist down there, he's getting position, get him the basketball. The other thing we could have done, Carter caught that ball on the wing. His defensive guy was on the top side. If Griff steps up in the lane and gives him a clear shot right to the basket.
Yeah. Well, it's the third foul actually whistled on Partenheimer, so he's sitting down. Second foul on the Rangers here in the second half. Good spin move there by Grant, but can't get the shot off the glass to go. So here come the Rangers the other way. That's Henson with the basketball, bringing it across. Gives it up on the left side, pull-up jumper, the left-handed shooter, drills it, and that's Hauser. So Rangers starting to spread it out here, and they are taking command early on in this third quarter, now leading by 6. So John Gable's had enough. We'll take a break. Rangers 30, Jasper 24 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so this Ranger run, it's actually a 10-4 run to start the second half in the third quarter here, but since that Wildcat 18-6 lead, the Rangers have outscored the Wildcats 24-6.
Yeah, we've definitely went in a dry spell on offense.
Mundi gets an opening, but a beautiful block from behind is Howard. And now a scram on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. So that will be Ranger basketball, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
So 4:28 on the clock. 3.5 minutes into the third quarter, and the Rangers with a 6-point lead. Jace Berg gives it up there to Hauser, now works it around. Now it comes back over to Howard up the top of the key, and he hits a 3-pointer. So he is continuing his hot streak that started in the second quarter, and he's got 8 points in this quarter. 18 to lead the Rangers, and now the lead is 9 for Forest Park. Feeding the corner, that's Nabut. He's forced to drive, and now he drops it down into Grant Young, who can't get the shot to go. But he's going to go to the line to shoot, too. Again, another one that he needs to drop.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, that's a shot you got to make and absorb the foul, the contact after it, and finish it.
Yeah. All right, 3:51 on the clock. And a free throw is good for Grant Young. He's got 5 points now. Substitutions. Wildcats come in with Gieser. Rangers come in with Leakin. That foul was actually whistled on number 34, Luke Hauser, his second foul. So Rangers were only whistled for, I believe, 4 fouls in that first half. They got 3 already here in the second. 2 free throws good. 33-26, 3:50 on the clock here as Howard aggressively brings it up against Grant Young. Spin, gives it up. It's drive by Berg. And he finds an opening but can't get the shot to go. Gieser comes down with it.
It was good defensive possession. Now we need to come up with something on the offensive end.
That's a shot we want from Noblet. And if he gets an opening, he's going to pretty well put it in. 3 of 4 the other night. He's got his first 3 tonight. Now it's a 4-point game. Jasper drives, dumps it off, steal. Grant Young, nice feed over to Moondy, and he flies in for the layup. So Moondy's got 4 points in the quarter, 13 in the ball game, and it's back to a 2-point game now.
You know, and we talk about this in other games that we do, that, you know, basketball's a game of runs, and you just have to be able to get through them,
right?
You know, and that's what happened here. Forest Park went on that big run, like you said, and you know, we have to be able to absorb that and come back out fighting, and that timeout that coach took is so far is paying dividends.
Right. The Rangers still lead by 2 as Howard. A little trouble with the basketball, gets it to the corner. Berg's shot is short. Rebound comes down to Gieser. Here comes Grant Young on the right side.
Look inside.
Mooney on the left wing.
Move. Oh, he missed Giesler. Yeah.
Too late now.
Yeah.
So Rangers able to save it there. Nice job by Leakin to go after that basketball.
Right now, Forest Park's just out hustling Jasper.
Right.
You know, they want it worse than what Jasper does.
All right, a little sloppy pass, though, there. And now comes over to Mooney for another easy bucket. And a foul is going to be called on Trevor Berg. So Cats have a chance to get the lead right back here. They tied it at 33 on that layup. So Carter Mooney with 6 points in the quarter, 15 in the ball game. You got Will Wallace coming in. For the Rangers, number 32 is coming in. That's Nathan Berg. Carter has hit both of his free throws that he shot tonight. And that one drops. Cats with a 1-point lead, 34-33 with 1:46 here in Q3. Now it on Jaceberg. Now he beats him down the baseline. Too high off the glass, but he draws contact and will shoot free throws. So now it picks up that foul. Second foul on him. First team foul whistled on Jasper in this quarter. Cats with a 1-point lead as Jace Berg steps up. That one in and out.
We've done a pretty good job on him tonight. I mean, I don't know how many points he's got, but 3. So, I mean, he come in averaging 16, almost 17, but Howard's basically picked up the difference in him.
He definitely has. All right, so he's 1 of 2 from that trip to the line. Tie ball game at 34 with 1:28 to go here in the third. Noblet picks up his dribble, gives it up. It's Moondy now over to Grant Young, trying to feed it down into Gieser, but it's not there. Nice stop and pop there. Moondy, when he gets that opening on that baseline, he's deadly.
Yeah, and that's a tough shot there because his momentum's carrying him towards the baseline.
Yeah.
You know, and for a high school kid to have the strength to be able to get that shot off, he did a very good job with that one.
Yeah, kind of glides through the air when he takes that shot. 2-point lead for the Cats, 36-34. Howard has it. This battle's been all night with Grant Young. Now Howard gets it knocked away from Grant Young, so Grant wins that battle. 31 seconds for Jasper with a 2-point lead. We had a tie ball game at halftime. Down to 14 seconds. Ball gets knocked away there, leaking all over him. Now he's got Carter Mooney. 7 seconds. Feed down low. Will. Good look and puts it up and in. So the Cats work the offense perfectly there to come up with a bucket. And the Rangers aren't going to be able to get that heave to go. So, well, the Rangers jump out with a 10-4 run to start the quarter, but the Wildcats battle back and finish the quarter with a 4-point lead, 38-34 here on 18 WJTS. Yeah, Jason Stamm, I'm telling you, this game has been nothing but runs. And you know, the Wildcats with their early 18-6 lead, then the Rangers go on their big run to tie it at halftime 20-20. They start off with a 10-4 run on the Wildcats, the Rangers did, but then the Wildcats come back with a 14-4 run to finish the quarter.
Yeah, and big part of that run that Jasper had there, Forest Park had 4 turnovers in that third quarter, and that played a big part.
Griffin, you got to hit that shot.
Yeah.
He did the right thing keeping it up high. But
he did, but you got to finish it.
Yeah, it's got to be a softer touch there. So, all right, so the Rangers slow things down just to start things off here in the fourth quarter. Howard goes baseline, feeds it over to Berg. Berg with a three-pointer, and it's in. So we can't let him get hot.
No, we've done a good job on him all night, and we kind of just fell asleep there. Howard, that was a design play because Howard knew exactly what he was going to do when he drove baseline.
Yeah, so perfectly executed for a three-point shot. Will Wallace, again, he's a little too strong on that shot.
I mean, we're getting in there, we're getting those shots, but we're not finishing them.
Yeah. Jasper, now Howard. Reed Howard having an excellent ball game tonight with 18 points, but he's been the leader of this Ranger team. I don't think he's come out of the ball game.
Yeah, I don't either.
Cats still with a 1-point lead, 38-37 as the Rangers work it. Berg can't get the shot to go, but it was corralled there by Partenheimer, who will go to the line to shoot too. So it's a third personal foul on Andrew Noblet. So Bryson hits his first free throw. He's got 3 points. So Mooney comes back into the ball game. Andrew's going to sit. His 3 personal fouls, way short for Partenheimer on the second one. Tie ball game at 38, 6:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Everything just tightly contested right now. Wallace can't find Heil, so he gives it up. Now Mooney's got it on the right wing.
I'd like to see him run a clear out
for
Heil because Partenheimer's fronting him.
Yeah.
But we've got guys on the backside, so the help defense is on the backside. If we would get all of our guys off of that backside, we'd be able to throw that lob pass into him. It'd be an easy layup.
Easy bucket, yeah. Well, that's Partenheimer's 4th personal foul. And Mooney hits the first free throw, so he is 4 for 4 from the line tonight. He's got 19 points to lead the Wildcats. 19 of the Wildcats' 39, 1-point lead. And he's able to hit both. 40-38. Tight basketball game between the two DuBois County rivals. And the ball just goes right out of bounds off the hands of Brock Schuler.
Those are the turnovers that we talk about that drive coaches nuts because it's an unforced turnover. There was no concentration there to catch the basketball. He just tried to catch it one-handed. It went right out of bounds.
All right, so we're going to get down to crunch time soon here. It's 5:43 on the clock, where every possession is going to be valuable. Cabrick, nice decision to get to the lane, but he kind of hesitated a little too much there and loses the handle. And here come the Rangers the other way. And now that's another turnover on Schuler. So Schuler having a tough time the last 2 possessions for the Rangers. 2 turnovers, and Cats will get it back with the 2-point lead.
Charlie did a good job of getting to the basket, but once he got there and he jump stopped, he should have went straight up.
Yeah.
Instead of shot faking and doing all that,
yeah.
Let the defense recover.
Exactly. Quick feed over to the Mooney, and he attacks the lane. Pulls up, and he drops this one for a 3-point opportunity. So Carter Mooney has found his ball game tonight, no doubt about it. He has got 13 second half points, 22 points in the ball game. And as he does, he pops free throws. Perfect tonight. 6 of 6 for him.
Need a good defensive hold here. Stop them from scoring and come down with a 5-point lead yet.
Not sure really what went on there. I know. I think they're going to call Grant Young for a foul. Well, I mean, all right, so Trevor Berg is going to sit down. I guess he got hit in the head. I wasn't really looking real closely what happened there.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, so hopefully he's okay. All right, so the Rangers, hold on. Oh, now we got a foul in the,
I guess
before the inbound on Wallace.
They're calling it on Wallace for holding, I guess, but.
All right, so 2 quick fouls on the Wildcats, makes it 4 in the quarter now. 3rd one on Wallace. 5-point lead for the Wildcats as Grant Young makes the steal. And he pulls up and pops it, so the Cats with these 3-point opportunities coming the hard way. Grant Young and Carter Mooney doing the job here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and Forest Park's kind of shooting himself in the foot. I mean, I've got him for 7 turnovers here in the second half, and I don't have Jasper for any. But you know, they're.
Look at Giesler. I can't throw it off the Rangers, so Howard is able to get that basketball, brings it across. 45-38, 7-point lead for the Cats. Howard gets into a little trouble in the lane there and travels with the basketball. Yeah, I think he's starting to show a little frustration, not quite able to do here in the 4th quarter what he's done in the first 3.
Yeah, we picked up the defense a little bit more on him. You know, he kind of got run around, went crazy there for a while and was able to score, and we've picked up the defense and done a better job on him.
A lot of time left in this basketball game, though. 7-point lead for the Cats, and things like that can lead the other way as Howard with a nice steal and an easy bucket the other way. So Reed Howard gets his first bucket of the 4th quarter and a quick timeout. So Jasper 45, Forest Park 40, 4:07 to go here in the 4th on 18 WJTS.
Linton played North Davies tonight.
Oh, wow. That'd be big. All right, so we got Jasper Wildcats. All right, so the Wildcats will inbound here with a 5-point lead halfway through the 4th quarter as Grant Young slowly brings it across.
Looks like Forest Park's going to run a half-court trap here.
And see if the Wildcats can take advantage of.
Get the ball in the middle.
Yeah.
Flash to the middle, Wallace.
When you double team, somebody's left open. And right there, it's Grant Young. But
that's good. You know, you don't need to force that.
Yeah. And we don't need a 3-point shot yet.
No.
Stay under control. Around with the basketball, and now there's a battle on the scrum on the floor. And what do we got? Held ball.
Jump ball, so Forest Park's ball.
Rangers get it. All right, so the Rangers go to their bench. So Partenheimer comes in with his 4 fouls. Number 12's in, Henson. Also on the floor is number 40, Jackson Leakin. Reed Howard, who hasn't come out, I don't believe. And Jace Berg's still out there. 3.5 to go here in the fourth. 5-point lead for the Wildcats as they try to work that same play that they did earlier that worked well, but there's going to be a foul on
Henson. Yeah, they're going to get Henson on the block. But yeah, that was the exact same play. Howard drove baseline, and he's too far under the basket to shoot. All he's doing to look is to throw to Berg in that corner for an open three.
Yeah, open three, right. That's the 8th foul on the Rangers. Second one whistled on Henson, but player control, so no free throws just yet.
Forest Park still in the half-court trap. Get the ball in the middle right there.
It's a Young's being attacked there by Hauser. Mundi. Wallace, now he's double teaming.
Get it back out.
Oh, and he threw it away.
Oh, he threw it right to him.
And a quick foul there. That's going to be the 4th foul on Noblet. So 5th foul on the Wildcats. So the Rangers are starting to work their substitutions as well. So they get Partenheimer back in for offense. Same thing with Henson.
Yeah, and Forest Park had 5 guys on that side of the court, or that side of the basket. Wallace has got to look to the opposite side. Those guys there was 2 guys over here that were wide open.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know that during a trap that's what's going to happen. And these guys on the opposite side need to flash to help him.
All right, so the Rangers with 2:53 on the clock, trailing by 5. Jace Berg, Kabrick on him. Jace drives baseline, now he feeds to the corner. Couldn't handle it, but Partenheimer wasn't able to put that shot up and in. So now another turnover. Come on, Jasper, let's go. Their last 3 touches of the basketball have been turnovers. Now Howard, are they going to give him 2 shots because he was putting that back up on the rebound?
Yeah, I don't know.
So the foul's going to be called on Mundi. So second personal foul. They're starting to pick up on the fouls on the Wildcats. That's a 6, so that is going to be a shooting foul. Howard's 1 for 2 tonight from the line. Looked good on that one. So what a night he's got going. 21 points to lead the Rangers. 45-41, looking to make it a 3-point game, and he does. All right, now it's officially crunch time. 2:22 on the clock, and the Wildcats call the timeout. So John Gable's got to set up his team, trying to keep control of this basketball game. Right now it's a 3-point game, 45-42. Cats over the Rangers here on 18 WJTS. All right, Jason, what's the importance of that timeout Coach Gable called there?
Well, he's trying to and Forest Park come out of the half-court trap now. You know, I'm sure he was trying to let these guys know. You know, they have a half-court trap offense to run.
Yep.
And he was just trying to make sure that they were going to execute that.
Sure.
Now they're back out just in a man-to-man.
Well, actually trapping the corner here, but feeds it out. Grant Young gives it up.
Just got to take care of the basketball.
That's the main thing. You cannot throw this basketball away.
Mundi was wide open underneath, and we missed him. You know, they got guys scrambling. You know, there's going to be guys open if we can find them.
Well, that was a reach-in foul there by Nathan Berg. I'm not sure he wanted to do that, but I mean, I guess it's getting close. It's 1:41 on the clock.
Yeah, but you're only down 3.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's a one-possession game. I think you just play good defense there, and you know, they were in scramble mode, and they kind of had Jasper running around too in scramble mode.
Yeah.
But got to finish these. You know, crunch. You know, in a game like this close a game, you're going to win or lose it at the free throw line.
And now, but way short on that free. The Cats are 3 of 5 from the line here in the fourth. 3 free throws have been hit by Carter Mundi. 3-point basketball game. So the Rangers with possession. Minute 26 on the clock. Partenheimer, the shot fake. He'll drive. And still can't get that shot to go. He's missed his last 2 down low.
Griff's got to stay on the floor there, not try to block that shot.
Hi-oh! There we go, and that's going to be the 5th foul on Bryson Partenheimer. So they found Heil down low. He's able to put it up and in and gets hammered. And so he's got a chance to make this a 6-point lead for the Cats with 1:13 to go. So Griffin's got 4. Partenheimer's going to have to sit. With his 5th personal foul. Double bonus for the Wildcats from here on out, too. That's a big free throw. So Griffin with a 3-point play to bring Gieser in now.
You'll see the offense to defense substitutions here, I think, on both teams actually. But we got to do a good job on the defensive end, force them into some tough shots.
This game's not over. 6-point lead with a minute to go. Howard loses his dribble, and actually that should be 3. He gave him a 5-second, but he was in the lane with his pivot foot.
And we were talking about that on one of those earlier games that, I haven't seen a 3-second call all year.
I know.
To me, how can you call 5 seconds in that situation when you're in the lane
for 3?
For 3. So, we'll take either one of them, but, to me, the right call there is 3 seconds, not 5.
Yeah, because, again,
you got to get to 3 before you get to 5. My math's not very good, but, I do know how to count to 5.
Right. All right, we're inside a minute. Cats with a 6-point lead. Get it across the
Pass the ball. Pass the ball. See, that's what happens when you hold it. You get caught up in those double teams. Yeah. You want this clock running. Yeah, I know we're going to the free throw line to shoot, but I would rather have the clock running by passing the ball.
Right. All right, so Noblet missed the front end of a 1-and-1, but this time it's double bonus. So we get 2 free throws. And a little more steady on this one, and he drills it. So 4 points for him tonight. Hit just 1 3. Hasn't had many good looks. And hits both of them. So 2 big free throws to make it an 8-point lead with 51 on the clock. Grant Young and Howard, that battle's been a great one all night. Howard scored well, but Grant Young has made some really nice plays, including that one.
Get it out from under the basket.
Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, just get it up court. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so Young will dribble to a spot, and he's going to be fouled by Henson.
Those passes that we're making down there on the end of the court on Forest Park's end underneath the basket make me nervous because, an interception and a layup.
All right, so Grant's been to the free throw line 3 times tonight. Hit 2, and he hits that one. So big ones down the stretch. The Cats have hit their last 3. Grant's got a chance to make it a 10-point lead with 33.4 on the clock, and he does. All right, so here we go. Cats just need
to play good defense and don't foul.
Yeah.
You want them to score with the clock running, not at the free throw line.
Henson's going to shoot a 3, short on that one. And there's a battle, and actually it's going to go out of bounds, and Jasper will have the basketball. Or did he call a foul? Oh, he actually called the foul, yes. Calling on Jackson Leakins, so Cats are going to come the other way for free throws. And the guy you want at the line, Carter Mooney, 83% on the season, but he's been perfect tonight. And he hits a 7th free throw. So 24 points for the senior.
Yeah, he stepped up big tonight. We needed it. We needed every one of them tonight. So.
All right, so this game's pretty well down the stretch here. Jays can't hit that shot, and the Cats are going to come away with a hard-fought 11-point win over a very scrappy, hard-nosed, tough Forest Park Ranger basketball team. I mean, again, said it earlier, this could have been a blowout. It would look like it was kind of going that route, but the Rangers came back strong and really battled to make it a real tough game for 3 quarters, but the Cats just pretty well kept control of things there in that 4th quarter, Jason.
Well, it's like we said, you have to absorb the waves of the momentum, the way they shift.
Yeah.
And tonight that shifted a couple different times, and we built a big lead. Forest Park come back. We did a good job of coming back and tying it. Then there in the 3rd quarter, the same thing. Forest Park got, I don't know what their biggest lead was, but they got out to a substantial lead.
Yeah.
Or, it wasn't substantial, but it was
about
a
6, I think
yeah,
it was. Yeah.
And we very easily could have folded and panicked. And I think part of maybe this was good because some of our senior leadership and some of our experience kind of stepped in and proved at that point that, we didn't panic. We stayed within the system. We did the things we needed to. And like I said, Forest Park committed a lot of turnovers that helped.
Right.
I have unofficially had them for 9 in the second half and
9.
a total of 19 for the game. So that definitely let us back in. I mean, I had us for 4 in the fourth quarter, which, as a coach, you hate to see that in the fourth quarter.
Right.
We hate to see them anytime, but especially in the fourth quarter when it's crunch time.
Right.
So, the 19 turnovers that Forest Park had, you take take half of those away, and it's a lot tighter ball game.
Oh yeah.
And they've got some young kids playing. They only, and we didn't talk about that, but they've only got 4 or 5 seniors on the team. And some of them didn't play any meaningful minutes.
Right.
So they're a relatively young team, and once we turned up the pressure on them a little bit, they kind of panicked.
Right.
And that's what forced them into those 9 turnovers in the second half. But from our standpoint, I thought we did a pretty good job of absorbing those waves of momentum swings.
Yeah.
This was a good game for us, to build some confidence that we can fall behind, but yet have the ability to come back.
Work right back, yes.
So I thought that was, from that standpoint, I thought that was a plus for us tonight.
Right.
One of the coaches come up here after a while. It'll be interesting to see what their comment is on this. But I think overall they've got to be pleased with the effort tonight.
Yep.
I thought we put forth a good effort, which there's not really any reason why you shouldn't. It's homecoming. You're playing a county rival. You got a nice crowd in the gym tonight. So there was no reason why you wouldn't have that. But,
sure.
They're high school kids. Sometimes it doesn't pan out that way.
Right. All right, well, the Wildcats double dip this weekend with a Friday night game, and there's a big one here with a big crowd and a lot of emotion and things going on with it. But, and then we got Harrison tomorrow night, so we have to get back into conference basketball and that mindset. So
and talking to Coach Albrand a little bit tonight, we weren't looking ahead, looking past this game, but, we were briefly talking about tomorrow night, and he said Harrison's got a good ball club.
Yes, they do. Yep.
They beat Castle early in the year.
Right.
And in my opinion, Castle's probably one of the better teams in Southern Indiana.
Yeah.
And Harrison beat them, so it's not going to be a pushover.
Right.
But tomorrow night is one of those games. If we can come out and play the defense the way we played against Southridge and against Washington, those teams in the SIAC are not used to teams playing defense the way we are capable of.
Right.
I'm not saying we play it that way all the time.
Yeah.
But when we play good defense the way we're capable of getting in your face, playing good hard-nosed defense, teams from Evansville and in the SIAC, they struggle with that. They're most teams down there, they don't play defense the way we do or can. So we need to come out tomorrow night with the mindset that we're going to get after it on the defensive end and force them into some tough shots and see what happens.
Well, the other thing, too, is that, Harrison's going to have quite a few more scoring options that we're usually seeing, in our last few games. So, again, that's going to be a case where everybody's going to have to play hard-nosed defense.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Not just one or two.
And these kids got to come prepared to play tomorrow night because the crowd's not going to be like this tomorrow night. It's just not. Harrison will probably bring 15 people maybe.
Yeah.
It's going to be a small crowd on their part.
Right.
Our part, it's going to be a smaller crowd because we're not going to have homecoming.
Right.
Student section won't be as big as it was tonight. So tonight it was easy to get up and ready to play.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night it's going to be more up to our individual players to motivate themselves and to get themselves ready to go and ready to play.
Right.
So.
All right, well, we're going to take a break here. Hopefully we get one of the coaches up here to give us their mind peace of mind on this basketball game. So Jasper 53, Forest Park 42. We'll be back right after this here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here. The Jasper Wildcats with a hard-fought 53-42 game, and we got Jason Albrand, you know, the brains behind what happened here tonight. So first of all,
throw me under the bus. Thank you.
You know, we were up 18-6.
Yeah.
And then tell me what happened after
well,
that.
that's good. I don't know. I think human nature says time to relax, and you got to be smart enough to realize that Forest Park's not going to go away because they're down 18-6.
Yeah.
And to their credit, they didn't go away. And, you know, we just got really complacent to just beat the first side to death and not reverse the ball and take quick shots. And then we had some just uncharacteristic, just bad turnovers that got them some easy buckets, and then they got them some energy. And then, you know, just like the Vincennes game, you got a team that's having a down year record-wise, and you give them hope, and it's not easy. And so and then we end up getting down, 8 or 9 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And to our kids' credit, they didn't fold on their side. So it was really kind of a game of runs a little bit, but you like to get up like that and be able to then extend that. I thought in that stretch we missed a couple easy shots around the rim.
Yeah.
We could have had maybe a 20-22 point lead, but we just kind of lost focus there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Forest Park on that run, I mean, it was a 24-6 run. You know, so again, they outscored us over a stretch by 18 points there. But then we kind of matched that when they were up 30-24. Then we went on a 14-4 run. So talk about how we were able to kind of take control there.
Well, you know, it starts with your defense. I think if you would look back, I can't remember every one of those 14 points, but I'm going to say 2 or 3 of those buckets came off our defense. Getting steals and getting some easy buckets in transition. And you know, there's an old saying, the team that gets the most easy buckets tends to win. And so tonight was a night where, Forest Park did a nice job defensively guarding our interior. They made it tough on us, and we needed to get some easy buckets. And I thought our defense really was the key in that run. And then once you get some buckets and you get some energy and you kind of, breathe a little bit, and I thought our kids relaxed as far as just their tension level, and were able to keep getting stops, because you can't make runs if you don't get stops, right? I mean, if you're not getting stops, you're treading water. So we were able to get some stops, which led to easy buckets.
And as far as coming up with buckets, Reed Howard kind of ran things for Forest Park, and he scores 22 points, and he was a big part of that run that they had there. But then I really thought Carter Mooney stepped up for the Wildcats. I mean, again, his perimeter game's not been great this year. He's only shooting 30% from three-point range. He popped one earlier. But it was one of those things where it's like, I think, is really becoming an outstanding scorer, and he showed that tonight.
Well, you look at him, and he's not a physically strong specimen. You look at him, but for a kid that's not really strong, he really is strong with the ball. He's able to play through contact at that 8 to 10. He had a couple tough jumpers off the dribble and gets in the lane, and just has a knack for kind of hanging a little bit. And seldom do you see it get him his shot blocked on the pull-up jumper, and able to get to the foul line a couple times. And so, I guess as a scorer, you got to mature. I mean, every night, nobody comes out every night and shoots the ball well from the arc.
Right.
And last year he wasn't number one focus.
Yes.
And he had more open looks last year, and he hit them. And this year he's getting a lot more attention, and so I think some of the threes he's taken, he's a little rushed. He's kind of out of rhythm. But to his credit tonight, he didn't settle. A kid like that needs to usually shot fake well, because people are going to jump. But I thought tonight 3 or 4 times he shot fake real well and got around his guy and had a nice pull-up game, and every one of those buckets we needed.
Well, talk about our defense tonight. I mean, we're going into tomorrow night against Harrison. We came off 2 games where we only gave up 23 points, but happy with it.
Well, for the most part, when we give up 43,
42,
that's still, you look at what they're averaging, but
we want to score 60 every game.
Sure, if we can hold anybody under 50 points, it's hard to say we're not pleased. Yeah. And I would say there were probably, Greg, 6 or 8 of those off our turnovers, which gave them that run. We get up 16, whatever it was, 6 or 5 or 15-6, and then they probably had 2 or 3 layups in transition off our turnovers. And so, but as far as the half-court defense, there were a couple times where guys got down the lane with their strong hand to the rim, and you got to have guys in help position. You talk about taking away. Most high school players have a dominant hand. They're going to be more comfortable. Your really good ones can go either way, but for the majority, so getting beat off the dribble I thought a couple times Griff went for some shot fakes and then let Partenheimer get around him, and just not real disciplined. But overall, I thought pretty good awareness. And I thought Howard hit a couple tough shots. I thought he hit a couple threes with guys in his face. And when you get energy and you get feeling good, those are the kind of shots you hit. So that's why you don't want to give teams, that little bit of extra effort and life into them. And so I thought overall was pretty good.
Well, I mean, you held Jace Berg to only 7 points tonight.
Well, and Charlie's been given, that assignment of having to guard. And we got a little bit of foul trouble in that second quarter. Charlie picked up his second. And, it's tough when you're the primary defender. When you get 2 in the first half, we don't like sitting kids the entire second quarter because it's a long break. You don't sit second quarter and you got a halftime and you come back out. And it's like you haven't played. It's like starting over again. So you like to give them a 1 or 2 minute run in the second quarter. And so when we did that, we had to put somebody else on 30 because we didn't want him getting his third foul. So, and then I think Grant got an early foul and Carter got an early foul. So, we weren't not real deep at the guard spot. We have, right now we've got about 4 guys we feel comfortable with. We're hoping to develop a few more as we go on here.
Well, it's big to get your 4th win in a row here, so a nice run that the Cats have, but doesn't get any easier tomorrow night.
No, Harrison's got a really good team. I mean, they've got a good point guard who takes care of the ball. They got a couple good players inside. They got a couple guys who can shoot. They're very well balanced offensively. So, and what we've seen, they get after is defensively when they're going to get in you a little bit, and we're going to have to be able to do a better job than we did tonight. I thought tonight we just kind of got Forest Park took us out of what we wanted to do a little bit, and we settled for the first side. Yeah, we didn't have that mental toughness to reverse the ball 2 or 3 times because it's hard. Any good defensive team, it's hard to score on the first side. Yeah, I mean, the defense is set, right? So you get a reversal, guys got to move, and they got to get in gaps and switch sides of the floor and get in help position. That's when you get those easy one-on-ones in the post and guys coming off screens, and we just did a poor job of reversing the ball. So that'll be a key tomorrow is not holding the ball by any stretch. But we want to get 2 or 3 reversals on most possessions to get the defense moving, to open up things inside for our big guys.
Well, thank goodness you're coaching this team and not me, because I couldn't handle that.
It was a stressful night. Good crowd, nice crowd,
absolutely.
Nice homecoming ceremony, and glad to, and as Coach Gable said in the locker room, Gene Cady had a saying: you never are upset about winning. No, you don't want to be satisfied that you came out on top, but you also don't want to walk out of here hanging your head because you didn't play great. And part of the time, their team has something to do with that. But when you come out on top, you want to feel good about it. So we do, and we want to regroup tomorrow and have a little walkthrough on Harrison, and hopefully come out tomorrow night and be a little sharper offensively.
Every win's a treasure.
That's right.
All right, well, the Wildcats get their 8th tonight. So thanks, Jason.
Thank
get
you,
back
Craig.
to work, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so the Wildcats with a big county rivalry win tonight. They've knocked off Southridge. They've knocked off Forest Park. And actually next week will be Northeast DuBois. So see if the Wildcats can pull off the trifecta this year. All right, so we'll take a look at the scoring for the Rangers. Reed Howard, outstanding game for him with 22 points, 8 points for Trevor Berg. Jace Berg had 7, 3 points for Bryson Partenheimer. So the Cats did a really nice job defensively on him. Luke Hauser had 2 off the bench. For the Wildcats, Carter Mundi led the way with 24 points tonight. 10 points for Grant Young, so 2 players in double figures for the Cats, both starters and both our guards in the backcourt doing the job, but they weren't jump shots. They were shots around the lane and on the baseline. They were hard-fought buckets that they scored tonight and hit their free throws as well. Will Wallace with an 8-point effort tonight, so good job for him. Andrew Nobby couldn't quite get on track, but he did pop a 3 and a couple free throws for 5 points off the bench. Braden Giesler with 1 point, and Griffin Heil had 5 actually in his starting role. So the Wildcats tomorrow night will take on the Harrison Warriors, who will come in. So we're back into conference play against the Warriors. That will be showing here an 8 o'clock start. Usually, sometimes I think we play those at 7, but Evansville coming up, they're an hour behind, so an 8 o'clock start is showing there. Forest Park drops to 4-10 on the season, so they have lost 3 straight, and their next game will be tomorrow night on the road again at Tecumseh. So Cats are now 8-5, Rangers 4-10. So for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video, my name is Craig Schneider. The Wildcats win at 53-42 over Forest Park here on 18 WJTS. Good night.